WWL Saints training camp at day 2. Steve Geller along with Bobby Hebert and Mike Detillier gathering in all the information at another unpadded practice. We're gearing and ramping up slowly to Monday's padded practice session. We found out today Trevor Penning had a setback with his foot, although Coach Dennis Allen saying it had nothing to do with a previous surgery, but he is listed as day-to-day right now. We'll see if he's back tomorrow.
You got to get some new feet.
I know it's not a good sign for our rookie, our offensive linemen. Also, Kalen Saunders left practice with an illness. Shaq Davis, Keith Kirkwood leaving practice early due to the heat. But wasn't that bad out there again today, guys? Although we were in a little shaded area with some breeze coming in.
Next week. Next week will be hot.
No, yeah, we're definitely bracing for that. But looking at today's session, what really stood out to you? I know Rashid Shaheed was one of those guys.
Well, to me, it's not only just today, but it's like every day you see him getting better in practice, whether it was OTAs or minicamp, and now, when you look, especially where he came from with Weber State. Is it Weber or Weber? Weber State from Utah. He didn't practice last year, out of sight, out of mind, and was saying, well, he might be some version of Deontay Hardy. And then what? No, Deontay Hardy, it used to be, what was his first name? Did he change his name? He was
Deontay.
Started as Harris.
Harris.
Right.
Deontay Harris, then again Hardy. Okay.
It was always Deontay.
So, but I always viewed him as a returner. I did not view him ever as a receiver.
Target, right.
Yeah. Now, he might be able to stretch the defense. No. Rashid Shaheed can run routes. And how he catches the ball with his hands, no, even Dennis Allen acknowledged, I'm not saying he's going to beat out Chris Olave or Michael Thomas, but that's a good third option that I think every team right now would take a Rashid Shaheed, considering his explosiveness on a jet sweep. We saw the first 2 times he touched the ball, he has a touchdown. Well, I think, I'm not saying he's going to do that this year, but I think he'll build upon that. He's a receiver I think that Derek Carr will be able to trust. And even has specific routes that he might be the primary target. And I'm not talking about just throwing bombs. I'm like a simple first down type pass, like a 15-yard out. He made a catch today along the sidelines with his hands and tapped both his feet in. And it was against Alontae Taylor, who was having an outstanding practice. And like Alontae Taylor, he ate up Chris Olave on a deep ball. They were going, and he was having, but I seen Rashid Shaheed got the better of Alontae Taylor on that route, and a great foot placement, like I said, getting both feet in and catching the ball at the high point with his hands. So I've been impressed with Rashid Shaheed and the level he's at right now.
So definitely not just the burners, got more of that route tree.
Without a doubt. And like Coach Allen even said, and you see on the film, the coaches see this, he's getting better and better. So, either year 1 to year 2, year 3, it's like Michael Thomas. Look at what he did when he eventually became NFL Offensive Player of the Year. Okay, what did he do that first year? You look at his numbers. What did he do the second year? That progression. Well, I think you're going to see that. I'm not saying Offensive Player of the Year, but you're going to see Rashid Shaheed get better as a receiver and also getting opportunities to contribute as amongst the best on the whole offense.
Bobby brings this up all the time about putting the ball out there for him to go get it. That's something both Carr and Winston have to get used to, because you kind of underestimate just how fast he is. He had a 3-step deal over Troy Pride, and the ball got underthrown.
Yeah, but it was Jameis. You can't touch it in there. And people might say, hey, Bear, well, what, you know better than these modern quarterbacks? I said, well, I played with a world-class sprinter, Mark Super Duper, who set all kind of records with Dan Marino. And I remember throwing him bombs, and they say, boy, it was like a beautiful pass, and it's long. And they'd say, boy, they must really work on that. No, I'm telling you, 5-step drop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just threw it out there. And you got to put enough height in it, and not just touch it in there, and make him go get it. So that's what I do to Rashid Shaheed. Get the ball out there. Don't ever underthrow him. Make him be aggressive and go get the football, because when you're throwing it, you can't throw it late. When you're throwing it, he's not really open. You have to anticipate he's going to blow past that defensive back and get open, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, look at that great timing. They must always work on that, because by the time the ball was underthrown, he was 3 yards behind the DB. That's why James needed to get the ball out there, and he'll see that on the film, and I'm sure next time he'll chunk it out there because he has the arm to do it.
Well, you got to get used to that type speed, because that guy, he's got another gear. Couple things today. Getting the ball out in the flat to Jamal Williams. He was impressive catching the football. We talked about this on Sports Talk. People say, oh, well, he didn't catch the football much at Detroit. Okay, they didn't throw it to him. He's got good hands. He can catch it. And this ain't Detroit. I know where he went to college at BYU, and he caught the ball with the Packers. So caught the ball well. Back-to-back days, though, we've seen Troy Pride from Notre Dame trying to make this team as a nickel dime defensive back, forcing a fumble with Kendra Miller, and then Kendra had to take the lap because he fumbled the ball on the play.
With the ball tucked.
With the ball tucked in, and Troy just popped it out of there. So Troy Pride, back-to-back days, really good, but catching the ball, Jamal Williams, impressed with that.
We'll get more on Sports Talk. Tune in 4 to 8 tonight. We're going to have Saints color analyst Deuce McAllister joining the radio huddle 4:35. Plus, the guys did a one-on-one with wide receiver Chris Olave. You'll want to tune in and hear all the time. Tune WWLAMFM.com and the Odyssey app. Talk to you soon on Sports Talk.
Who dat?